Oh man, different games, same fucking topic, huh? Alright, so here today I'm really just gonna discuss on the different transformations for each race with Xenoverse 2. Of course it's just a beta, so they may or may not change. I really doubt they're gonna change considering Rhymestyle already said like the full game is damn near complete, so some things are gonna be different. But I really expect the transformations to be the same, if not exactly similar. So yeah, I'm just gonna break down the strongest, like I'm gonna go from the weakest to the strongest transformations in Xenoverse 2 so far. Okay, so the first and weakest transformation in my opinion is the Majin Race transformation. Now I say this because, now if you already saw my Majin Race gameplay video, I don't think I said it in there or not, but the Majin Race transformation is like one of my favorite transformations. It's very fucking creative despite it just being a reskin of Kid Buu. It's just the way it works. Like, if you haven't noticed, like every time you press triangle in the purification form, it's like a boost dash, like the burst kick, the burst dash. You know that new thing they put, that homing thing, where you go square and X. That's basically their whole triangle. Every time you press triangle, that you stun your opponent like it's a burst dash. Okay. So the form is really made to pressure the fuck out of your opponent. Your block button is like pure 2 seconds or 3 seconds of invincibility frames. As for like everything else, it's like very creative. The way they move, the way they bounce, it's just so, it's not like the other transformations. It's not just the power up or a power boost. It's like it changes your entire like everything. The way you move, the way you combo, it changes all of that. And it changes the way you play. But the thing that makes this transformation the worst, in my opinion, is it gives you an entirely different moveset. Now, depending on how you play, this moveset can be really good. I mean, it's not very, like, certain, depending on what you want to do, unless you know how to combo those moves with those combos, like, you'd have to practice at it, but it could still be good. But the thing that mainly makes this bad is the stamina. Like, when you transform, it decreases your stamina so much. You don't realize, like, if you go Kaioken times 20, it's about the same stamina depletion as that. It's the same as Kaioken times 20, and that's a little ridiculous. Now, I think a way to make this transformation better is to make it drain ki, because no transformation in the game drains ki anymore. Not Super Saiyan, not anything. So honestly, I think they should drain ki for the Majin race, and it'll make it more useful than being just a different type of Kaioken. So that's my opinion on it. The stamina, I don't know, like in the full game there could be Zsos for it, but if you're gonna play that limitation mode shit, you really it won't really matter, because if you do player matches with limitations, your equipment doesn't count, which means your Zsos don't count. As for clothes too, but your Zso won't count, so you'll just be playing normal. And I guess in a sense, the transformation can be better with a Zso, or Super Soul, but we're not sure yet because this is just the beta. But moving on to the next transformation. Now, the next transformation I have is Potential Unleashed. Now, it's not called Unlock Potential anymore, but Potential Unleashed, and I had a chance to use this transformation once, and it was alright. It took 5 bars of ki to use. I'm not sure of the boost or anything, but it doesn't really have that much drawbacks. I mean, it takes 5 bars of ki. That's really pretty much it. The same as Super Saiyan 3, and I'm pretty sure it gives you, like, you can still gain ki in it, but it just increases every little I'd say it increases every stat by like maybe 5%. That's my guess on it. That is my guess, which is kind of the perfect transformation for ki blasters, because you gain ki while in it, but also get a boost in like all your stats. So I say Potential Unleashed is still better than the Majin transformation, but until we get more information on it, I can't really put it high up there. Now, the Kaioken transformation, I've used that one on my humans. I've used it. You can get it in Parallel Quest 8. You just have to do the other ones on the online mode before everything else. But the Kaioken transformation, I'm not sure if this is just a beta thing, but to me it does not give that much of an increase in attack power. I'm not sure if you take extra damage while you're in it either, I didn't really test it out, I just played with it, and I didn't really try to notice anything. But I would guess you would take more damage. I would guess that. And the stamina depletion for Kaioken is not very high. Kaioken times 3, it's not high at all. And Kaioken times 20, it's the same as the purification for the Majins, like I said before. So it's still playable. You can still play with it, but I'm not sure whether it's worth it or not, because I'm not sure of the boost, because I didn't notice anything from the boost, and I didn't notice if I took more damage, which I probably did take more damage, to be honest with you. So I'm just gonna have to rank this low for now, and it's alright until we get some more information on it. Like I said, for everything else, like I'm pretty much saying for everything else, I'm gonna just have to put this one at low for now. Okay, so the Frieza Race transformation. Now, the Frieza Race transformation is a bit like the Majin Race transformation. It's not just a power boost. Despite it giving a power boost, it's not just a power boost. Like, it changes one thing, and that's your Ki Blast, your normal circle Ki Blast. Instead of you doing like the regular orange Ki Blast or like little ball thing, it's like a little death beam. And if you charge it up, instead of you throwing like a casual charge death beam, charge Ki Blast, it's like a charged death beam, and that shit really hurts. And to be honest, the golden transformation is like one of the counter transformations, if not the only counter transformation for giant Namekians, because if you constantly hit them with those death beams, that will fuck up their stamina. And I'm gonna get to the Namekian transformation in a while, oh trust me. But the Frieza Race transformation, it gives a speed boost. And when you're almost dead, yeah, that's a very big speed boost. And that's all we know for now. We're not sure if it gives like a Ki Blast boost or anything, but we do know that it more than likely increases your speed boost. Your speed, and it changes the way you shoot Ki Blast, which if you use it right can be very deadly, trust me. So your transformation doesn't really have any drawbacks. You just need 3 bars of Ki, and once you're in it, you can gain Ki while you're in it, and you can just stay in it. There's no really any drawbacks besides if you fight different with the Ki Blast or not. I guess that could be one thing, but to be honest, that's not really much of a stat boost. It's more of a slight tactical strategy differentiation. Okay, so now the human transformation. Now the human transformation is it's not broken. Hell no, it's not broken at all. I would say it's exploitable, because you can literally use it at the start of a match, because it takes no Ki to use, and you can constantly keep doing it. So there's not really any drawbacks. There is a way to stop it, and I'm gonna say it right now. All you have to do is grab them off the Nimbus. Once you grab them off you can literally grab them off the Nimbus. But if they're playing with that shit right, they're gonna fuck you up, because there's multiple ways. There's stun combos. There's an infinite combo while you're in the Nimbus. Their block knocks the person away just to set them up for the infinite. Their version of Ki Blast is a long ass power pole, and the triangle hit is like the last hit of power pole combo. It's like a long sweep where it just knocks you away. So the Nimbus Cloud is pretty good. I'm not sure what kind of damage they base it off of. I'm not sure if it's basic attack or strike, but maybe it's set damage, to be honest. But it's more of a tactical way of fighting. It doesn't give you like a boost in anything. It changes up the way you fight in general, which is what a transformation is supposed to be, unlike Xenoverse 1, where it was all about just the stat boost. With this, like, it changes the way you fight. So it can be really beneficial, and it can really mess you up in some cases too. Oh, the Saiyan the Super Saiyan, okay? So the Super Saiyan 1, not too bad, to be honest with you. Super Saiyan 2, not really too bad, but then you got those almost dead Saiyans that go Super Saiyan 3. Now let me tell you, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan, like all of them, it reduces how much Ki you gain. Now when Super Saiyan 3, you still gain Ki whenever you're like punching and stuff, but it's very little. It's very little. Okay, but still, if you're almost dead, the damage increase that you get while you're Super Saiyan 3 to your basic and strikes is very fucking ridiculous. Now it also decreases the amount of damage you take. So going Super Saiyan, in which each level it increases your defense, which I've said before, there is a defense stat which I wanted them to put in as an attribute, because it make everything a little bit more tactical. Like, I'll get on that later, maybe in another video, possibly. But the Super Saiyan transformation, if someone goes Super Saiyan 3 and they're almost dead, they will take no damage, regardless if they're almost dead or not. Just the fact that they're going Super Saiyan 3, it decreases the amount of strike and basic attack damage they take, and it increases the amount of damage they take. And actually, Demon tested this out for me by accident, for as far as I know. He also tested the statistics and analytics of the Super Saiyan transformation. I'm gonna explain that right now. Okay, so from the data that Cold Demon, as you know, came up with, he said that Super Saiyan damage decreases, it decreases the amount of damage that you take by 5%. Super Saiyan 3 is 17% and Super Saiyan 2 is 12 to 13%. This is the amount it reduces the damage you take by. Now, it increases your damage. Super Saiyan increases it by 9%. Super Saiyan 2 most likely increases it by 12 to 13%. And Super Saiyan 3 increases it by 17%. Now, he said roughly 20, but a more accurate thing would be 17 from his words. So that's what I'm going off of. So as you can see, it gives a very more significant increase than it did in Xenoverse 1, where Super Saiyan 2 only increased the amount of damage you did by 7% and decreases the amount of damage you take by 7%. Okay, so for the last transformation, and the strongest transformation, is the Namekian Transformation. Now, this transformation is not fucking broken. It's not glitched. No matter what they tell you, it's not broken nor glitched, alright? It's just very, and this is probably the first time I use this word, fucking OP. It's very fucking strong, alright? There's nothing glitched about it, because you can still take that stamina down. There's nothing necessarily broken about it. Alright, it's just very hard to deal with, and it's very strong. And you can't really make much errors while you're in it. Because if you do, while you're going against it, because if you do, you may or may not get one-shotted, depending on how much health and stamina you have. So, something that Sly told me, based off of Sly's data, he said that the Namekian Transformation increases your physical attack damage by 65%, pretty much making each one of your hits the equivalent of a strike super attack. Now, the average strike super, not no broken ass strike super or whatever. So yeah, there's that. There's the damage increase, and there's also the fact that you have a pretty much damn near infinite hit priority. You can dash like a motherfucker. You got those key blasts which you can infinite combo with. You know, there's a bunch of things that you can catch your opponent with. Now, there's some build transformations that you can counter the Namekian Transformation with. Now, it's pretty easily. You can just go golden and death beam them to death. You can go on a Nimbus Cloud and abuse the invincibility frames, but I'll get on that later. You can just make a anti-giant Namekian build, which I'll show off later. Lord, hopefully I don't forget. But all you need to defeat a giant Namekian is one ultimate. Now, the thing about this is you may get your guard broken while you're in this ultimate, and you may not even have time to use it because you might already be dead. And you might also need ki to use it, which will require you to get hit a couple times or go for the perfect block, hopefully not getting your guard broken. But the Namekian Transformation is the easiest one to play with so far. And I don't say it's broken or glitched. I think it needs a nerf, to be honest. I think they should reduce the 65% damage increase. That's a little fucking ridiculous. Maybe they could switch it, because since you're already giant, you already have super armor, and you already have hit priority. I understand it only takes the ultimate to get you out of it, but still, that's not really necessary for the moment. But it's not really something that's impossible to deal with. There's ways to deal with it, and there's ways not to. You just have to be ready. If you just coming up with a random build, there's a good chance that you're not gonna be able to fight it unless you have a random ultimate. And that pretty much influenced me to when the full game comes out, on my striker human, I'm gonna have a spare blue hurricane. I'm gonna have a spare blue hurricane on my presets, all of them, to be honest with you. Because if I ever meet up with a Namekian and he decides to go giant, I'm just gonna use the blue hurricane for him. The blue hurricane, so there's that. And plus he'll die from it because I'll have 100 in strike, or however much I'll have in strike. I honestly think I don't want to get, I'm getting off topic. Hold on, let me stop right there. But I'll save that for another video. But yeah, thanks for watching. I know I ain't do one of these discussion videos in like a while, probably because I've been too busy playing. I know right now the open beta is still open. I don't know, because like the the servers were like tripping the whole weekend, so they gave us an extended day, and they also allowed everybody to fly, which is pretty nice. So yeah, I'll get back to that, and hopefully by the time this video is out, I may or may not be streaming on Twitch.